Good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to Undercover ET. Guys, we've got a mixed bag of UAP evidence to show you today. Some really compelling stuff as well, taken by our good friend of the channel, Chris Carncross. It's also upped his game by buying a new camera as well. So well done, Chris. And big thanks to all of you who do record, film, make your own channels, upload. Let me know when you've got something brilliant. Honestly, that's all effort that we need to put in. And that's what we call for on the channel. So guys, if you can get behind it, like, subscribe, support people that I show on the channel. Normally, those guys that I show are the ones that are pushing for the best sort of disclosure we can ask for. Be open-minded. Obviously, guys, you're all going to make mistakes at some stage. I've done the same thing in the past as well. Review your evidence. Title up your videos properly. If it isn't quite what it seems, don't take a gamble and title it that anyway. So yeah, guys, just be careful, okay? Be realistic. But apart from that, we're going to get into it. We're going to show you what kind of speed we're looking for to verify these objects. And then it's just down to us to use our noddles, keep our integrity, and keep things rolling. Okay, UAP Wixie. On the 18th of August 2000, someone films a British helicopter chasing orbs over these fields. Are they going to form a crop circle? Question mark. No one's really going to know the answers to that. But I can tell you, Wixie, there is a potential crop circle already made. This is the object in question. It was actually taken on July 18th, 2000, which is a shame because the 18th of August is my birthday. But anyway, let's have a look. Now, debunkers, the only thing that debunkers could say regarding this clip is it's a potential bird. I mean, given the quality of this, it would be very hard to prove otherwise, right? But there you go, military helicopter. It looks like a military helicopter, and it's in the area. Seems to be chasing this orb, right? Whatever this is, potential orb. I mean, very difficult to know. Honestly, like if it's NHI, it might not even be an orb. Could be something completely different, like the Fae or something else. We've captured something in the sky like this in Wales, doing some crazy shiznick. So what can I say? I don't know if this is sped up or whether the cameraman has just got a really, really good hold on this object. Really interesting. There's the potential crop circle that I was talking about. Now guys, if you're seeing black flickers going through the sky past the camera really fast, you're probably screaming at me right now, Rob, there's Dragon UAP and sources in the clip. Look back, look back. Look, guys, it was filmed in 2000 on an old phone, where those black blips are quite common in video. So, look, I don't know what to make of it. I can't confirm any of it, right? Is this how crop circles are made, though, with little orby things? I believe so. I do believe so. I just can't prove anything, you know, regarding whether this is a UAP and whether it is alone or not. My money would be that it likely is a UAP and it's not alone, but I just can't prove it. So that's where I'm at, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. It is a cool video. And just slowing it down and going through some key moments there, you can see anything that's kind of semi-bright is going to look like a ball of light on camera, right? So it's hard to know. It's hard to know. But clearly, the military noticed it, in my opinion. Now, people have asked AI whether this video is real, fake, and it did come back and say that there's no evidence of CGI or AI that was used in this clip. It's way too old for it. The only thing that it confirms is it has been edited, so cut and chopped around a little bit. But other than that, the footage is what it is, right? The reason I stop it here is because I don't know whether that's just a black glitch through the camera's lens at that time because of the equipment we had, or whether that's actually Dragon UAP and that's how the camera would pick it up. To be honest, it's going to be a yes to both answers. Dragons were around back then. They would look like this on camera because they're moving way too fast, and we didn't have 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second widely available. But at the same time, because the equipment wasn't very good, we saw black streaks like this all the time. So yeah, look, I don't know, but 100% something's going on specifically where I am now in this part of the country. This is the same area, and yeah, awesome stuff. I believe it's the same area. Yeah, it doesn't say where exactly, but this looks like Wiltshire to me, guys. So yeah, fully expecting crop circles this year. Maybe I should get myself over a few nights in advance. Maybe I can capture one being formed. That would be interesting. It would take quite a lot of time though for me to do that. So I'll say that. To be honest with you, I just want to do it anyway. I just want to do it anyway. I'll have a think about it, guys. Maybe I can get out there, spend a few nights camping in the wilderness to try and capture one of these things being created. It would mean long nights, and there's a lot of fields out there. It would be very random, but I'd have to pick the right field and have a good view of maybe 4 or 5 fields from a distance. I don't know. I'll look into it, guys. If you've got any ideas, let me know in the comments. But I would love to capture a crop circle being made, and I'm in the right spot, so that should be my goal, really. Anyway, thanks UAP Wixie. Give him a follow, and obviously, no doubt, we're going to see more from him as well. Thank you very much. All right, on to this one. UFO/UAP Clips Australia. This is Chris Carncross's channel, okay? So the reason why I want you to support Chris and anyone else that records and puts time into capturing UFOs is that sometimes they get the gold, and therefore they deserve the credit. Not only that, but they're constantly trying and upping their game. Chris has just bought a new camera as well. It's not on this clip, but he's bought a new camera. I encourage you to check it out. Look, guys, also I encourage you to be careful as well, okay? Just because you've caught one UFO doesn't mean everything's a UFO. You've actually got to ask yourself and try and debunk your own footage, okay? Try and debunk your own footage before you put it up and say what it is, basically. Because you don't want to damage the topic. You don't want to damage the community by showing something you think is tagging an aeroplane when clearly it's nowhere near the plane, right? Be very careful. If you're not sure, don't title it up as such. That's my advice to you. Secondly, look at this clip. My goodness. This thing, if anyone that's like, what the hell is that? We don't know. Okay, it's going, I'll show you the full speed in a minute. This thing is flying through his garden. Okay, so it's between him and the fence, look. But it is moving fast, guys. Way too fast to be anything like... You couldn't even throw a stick in the air and it dropped down that fast. There's no way. Look at this. Now, guys, what I will say is I filmed this very thing in Chippenham, Wiltshire. It did a much larger distance than what we're seeing on this screen, but it was just as fast, guys. It was really just as fast, and I have no idea what it is. We called it Gordon. Honestly, we only called it Gordon because at the time someone purchased a camera for me to use, and we said we'd name it Gordon, name a UFO Gordon for doing so, and we did. We captured one that I knew couldn't have been anything that we explainable. It's just not explainable, guys. It's moving way too fast. It's going through the garden, and there's just no stopping it. What would be coming down that fast from the sky at that speed without worrying about crashing into something? Look at that. And that really is a good capture. Closer than the one I captured, but somehow we still haven't got any detail on it because it's just a thin object. Whoa, actually, Chris, just going back, see this one comes up. Obviously everyone's looking at Gordon, right? I'm sure something comes through. Yeah, look, something's up there. Where's it gone? Something's up there with it, moving very fast. It's there and disappears. I don't know where that goes. There's something else up there, Chris. And it comes through before this thing does. Look at that. No idea what it is, guys. No idea. But we've captured it multiple times now. So yeah, guys, support Chris. And like I said, he's upped his game somewhat as well. You can see here now in some of his later videos, he's increased his quality because he wants to capture that object again in this quality. Guys, Chris, I can tell you now, if you keep going, you will capture more. Just be careful about what you're showing and what you're saying that they actually are and what they're doing, because these Dragon UAP are the hardest of all UAP to try and make out. Newcomers to UAP evidence, trying to convince anyone that these things are real, very difficult, guys. So what I would always suggest, go with the most compelling captures. Look at what's with those captures, okay? Show people, look at the objects that are flying with these larger ones. Then you can kind of justify showing all of these zippers that are moving really fast, okay? But at first look, people just aren't going to get it. I'm not saying they're all UAP. I'm saying do your due diligence, double check your work, title your videos up correctly, and keep going, okay? It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to get things wrong. It's okay to maybe look at something and think it's not quite what it seems. But we have to question everything with an open mind in order to get to the bottom of it, guys. It's also very important that we stay honest and truthful to what we do, how we do it, but also for the greater good. When this comes out, we want it to be taken seriously as well. Well done, Chris. Keep it up. Let's move on. Alright, guys. Next up is Ben in Oklahoma. Now, Ben is obviously responsible for capturing the gold. He went from full-on skeptic to testing out whether he could capture Dragon UAP to 6 months in capturing the absolute gold. And it just pot luck, mate, that you were curious at the time. You put your camera in the sky at the time that the saucers were flying above your airspace. This is all it takes, right? Just a little bit of luck. And, you know, timing is everything, because obviously these things were in the area for some time and you just started recording like mad and you just captured it in the moment and then kept going. Honestly, brilliant stuff. And you're still going to this day. Let's have a look at what you've got here, buddy. Weird, eh? Weird. Okay. Let's get into this, because me and Ben have had a discussion about it. I did say the speed isn't quite there with these objects. But, and there is a but, again, no real point of reference. I'm not seeing any actually go behind the plane, which means we don't know really how high up they are. They could just be in line with the plane as it's flying, right? But, and Ben makes a good point here, at the moment in Oklahoma there's flies, but there's not loads and loads of flies. Yet in this clip we've got, I don't know how many objects we've got here. Let's have a look. Looks like there's 3 just here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And they're all flying at roughly the same height, because they all look very similar in size, if not smaller and more vague, right? So they're not close to the camera. If they're flies, they're not that close. How high up are they, though? I don't know. It seems to me like they congregate around this plane. Just going forwards now. It seems to me they congregate around this plane as they come up to the plane here. See, they all come in together. There's a few that go wide, but you've got a couple of main ones here that look like they're going close to the plane, guys. Now, again, I can't confirm this, and this is what I said to Ben. I said, but we have to look at it, because it does look like a swarm has just gone to that plane and moved off for reasons we don't understand. Now, normally I would just say, well, look, I can't prove it, so why show it? But it's Ben in Oklahoma, okay? He knows what he's looking for and what to question, and he's asked me to question this one and look at it, and I am. And you can see it looks like it's getting very, very close to that wing, and you can see how small these objects are now, guys. Like, it's really quite concerning that if these are UAP, look how many are swarming this plane here. And it kind of makes you think about MH370, doesn't it? Now look, for anyone that's like, oh, they're clearly flies, Rob. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. But from what I just shown you, that Ben, you know, of Ben's captures, we have to look at it all. We have to look at it all. Okay, here's the next one. And this is just a classic Dragon UAP, moving at speeds we would fully expect. Let's go. Nice, drops it back into focus. There you go. And then boom. Love it. Love it. That's what I fully expect to happen. Look at that. Love it, mate. And that just looks really pucky. It does. Just looks like a Dragon UAP moving through at normal speed. What I fully expect to see. This is the sort of speed Robert Shipe sees. And therefore, I can kind of confirm with the speed alone that this is likely a Dragon UAP. You know, this is what I look for. What we want to see, though, is what comes before and after, potentially. And I do feel like... looks like a little pixel shows up here as well. And here, there might be something way up there with it. In fact, there is. Yeah, one comes in now, look. Super fast. But there is other things up there with it, Ben. Ben, keep recording. Keep recording. If anything, zoom in a little bit more. When you've got planes like this coming into view, clear as day, obviously you've zoomed out to capture the dragons, right? But if you can zoom in and get point of reference, or even try and find something beyond the plane that's coming towards it, that would be awesome as well. But also, guys, and this is for anyone who's trying to do the research, especially if you're looking at Plane Finder, if you see a plane coming in and it's about 10 minutes out, start recording before it gets to you and after it leaves, because we're missing opportunity to see what's actually controlling these dragons and throwing these recon vehicles out. It's fully happening, guys. I know it is. The Wales clip speaks for itself. Object flies up several miles behind the plane that we're filming, and all of a sudden it starts firing out orbs. Got portals turning around the, either side of the objects itself. Dragons are flying everywhere, and whether it had anything to do with that plane or not, it really felt like it was going to work inspecting what was going on in the sky, and it was well behind the aircraft, guys. So we need to just take that into consideration, because if we want to capture more than just dragons, and it's going to take more than just dragons to convince people, it will, guys. Unless you're Dr. Shipe, guys, and you're there with a radio detector, filming as many dragons, as getting as many radio hits as he is, with predictability. Honestly, we need something more compelling. And so keep doing it, keep aiming for the dragons, but just like Ben in Oklahoma, you will end up with something else, guys. You will, I promise you. It just takes a bit of time. All right, we're going to end in Marina Del Rey. Dr. Robert Shipe, March 15th, 2026, 11:03 a.m. Let's go. Straight away opens up with a Dragon UAP here. Again, filming very, very far away, okay? To even get this detail is amazing from where he is. But also, you've got to take into account the atmosphere, how musky the air is. That's why we're only getting fuzzy dragons, but they are fast and they are daily, guys. And you can see LAPD still in the area.
It starts to turn, that will affect short. There it is, right there, right above. 3, 2, 1, turn. He's really being very cautious. Very cautious. Good. We got a bird. Come on. Come on.
That was seriously quick. I doubt anyone would have seen that, guys. But just going back over frame by frame, birds coming backwards now. There is something that comes through, and my God, it is fast. And it's just a blip. Like, no one's picking that out unless they're analysing this closely. There it is. Look at that. It's so quick. I wonder how many of you saw that before I stopped it. It's super quick. Doc didn't even notice it in the moment. Then we get a second one, much clearer. Look at that. And yeah, at this distance, with the murkiness of the air, at the speed they're going at, guys, it's not going to be much. You're talking 2,500 miles an hour, likely. Object the size of your fist. This is what you're going to get. It's incredible. But it's happening. It's happening.
There it is. Thank you.
And then Doc saw the clearer one. Yeah. seriously, seriously good. And what makes this good research, guys? It's the speed. It's the consistency. The radio hits are on top as well. He gets plenty of radio hits. Amazing. There's the LAPD chopper, N224LA. And there's the route that it done, the normal route. Spot on, Doc. Spot on, buddy. Thank you very much. Alright, we're going to leave it there, folks. Hope you enjoyed that one. Keep recording. Keep getting the evidence into me. UndercoverETUK@gmail.com. I'm going to keep recording as well. I know I've got stuff in my archive. It's just a case of finding the time to go through it all and go through your stuff as well. But I will do it, guys. Let me know if you've got any ideas regarding how I could potentially capture an orb making a crop circle. I'm in the right area. Going to take a few random locations and a few random nights and a lot of luck. But if you can think of any ideas, guys, I'm all ears, because I need to get this done so that we can get real, clear evidence of how these things are being made. That will be one of my goals at the start of this year. Guys, if you can get behind that, like, subscribe, comment, leave any questions. I will do my best to answer them. Thank you so much for your time. Take care. All the best. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye for now.